everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 19 in season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Sirius XM 400. Why did I almost say 300? I don't know. For the Sirius XM 400, it is the last race in the round of 16, and at the end of this one, we are going to eliminate 4 drivers from championship contention, and it's make or break for a lot of guys right now. I'll go ahead and tell you guys the 4 drivers who come into this race outside the top 12. You got to be in the top 12 in points to advance on to the next round here in the chase. Stuart Gretton is only 1 point off of the cut line. Josh Alexander only 2 points off of the cut line. Larry Ike, he is 7 points behind, and Zachary Fitzwater is 12 points behind. Those 4 drivers come into this race outside the top 12. Nicholas Amadio, however, is only 1 point ahead of the cut line. He's going to need a great finish if he wants to advance on. When you got Cameron Black, Tyler Selzman, Matt Dalio, they're kind of okay because Cameron Black here has a 24-point lead ahead of the cutoff point. It's going to take a lot for guys like Black, Selzman, and Dalio to get knocked out. The guys we are going to be focusing on are Samadio, Gratton, Alexander, Ike, and Fitzwater. Those are the 5 guys who have not really had a good chase so far. One of them is going to make it in. At least one of them is going to make it into the next round. But we're just going to have to see how it all shakes out. So those are the guys kind of on the bubble. Caleb Hoffman and Cody Smart come into this race already locked into the next round of the chase, so they have nothing to worry about. And yeah, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here. 40 laps of action around the Chicagoland Speedway. This is usually one of the craziest races of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It looks to me like Michael DeFeo might have a problem here in the number 20. Yeah, we're going to go ahead, reset it, and then get to the race here, get to the starting lineup. It's going to continue to roll in the bottom of your screen here at Chicagoland. Okay, so now we're ready to roll here at the Chicagoland Speedway in the Sirius XM 400. Jesse Turner, the Season 2 champion, starts on the pole position alongside the Season 3 champion, Cameron Garlington. We got ourselves Nicholas Gratton, who just recently, I just recently heard that he will be retiring at the end of this season, along with Tyler Selzman. Both of those guys going to be racing their final season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Chase driver Bryce Lofor in the 41, starting 4th for this one. We got ourselves Abe Troxel and William Brock in row number 3. Chase driver Matt Dalio and Hergel Aravan Alonso in row number 4, and a guy who needs to get a good finish, Josh Alexander in the 34, is going to be starting 9th today. He's alongside his teammate Griffin Lynn in row number 5. That's the top 10 starting positions here for the Sirius XM 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. And at the end of this race, 4 guys are going to be cut from the chase here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. You got to get it done now. We're going to see who gets it done. It's a couple of guys who have gotten it done here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series before. Jesse Turner, Cameron Garlington. The green flag is out here at Chicagoland. This 17 won this race last season with the late Dean Wicker driving it. Nicholas Gratton would love to get it done again here at this racetrack. He tried to take the lead away from the Season 2 champion, but he couldn't do it. Jesse Turner's going to lead lap number 1 here in the Sirius XM 400. Gratton's going to take 2nd. We got a caution on the racetrack. Cameron Black involved in this one. Remember what I said? He was only about 24 points ahead of the cutoff point coming into this race, and involved in an early crash here at Chicagoland. Jacob Reed also involved. We got another one. Garlington off the racetrack in the 23. My goodness. And I think this caution came out when half of the field had crossed to the line. So that's why you see these guys up here like Turner, Gratton, Dalio, and Lofor racing hard. And it looks like William Brock might... Nah, I don't think he was. It was just Garlington down the backstretch. But it was Jacob Reed. Now Matt Tuck has damage in the 78. That's a tough one. Gotta be careful there on that inside there. He's trying to race back to the line, I think. I don't know. But chase driver Cameron Black involved in this one. And that is big. Big news there for the number 11. It's very possible if we get guys like Stuart Grenton to move their way through the field, you got Josh Alexander up there. It is very possible if this 11 has too much damage and can't continue. We got Larry Ike around in the 98. He's another one of those guys. My goodness, what is this? Can't really figure this out now, can they? Where was it? It was Texas. It was Texas where they couldn't figure it out. Texas was pathetic. Anyways, a very interesting strategy going on here. You see the guys staying out. Jesse Turner, Nicholas Grenton. The highest chase driver is currently Bryce Lofor. Bryce Lofor is doing pretty good in the points, I'm pretty sure. Let me go ahead and check. We're going to go ahead and see who wins the race off, and it is whoever this guy is. It is Matt Dallio in the number 88, the winner of this race in season number 2. Matt Dallio comes into this race only about 20-some points ahead of the cutoff line, 26 points to be exact. So as long as he gets a good finish here today, he's good to go. But let's go ahead and see what happened to the number 11 of Cameron Black to bring out the first caution here in the Sirius XM 400. Yeah, chase driver Stuart Gratton on the bottom of all this. Fortunately for him, he was not involved. Gratton needs to gain at least one position ahead of Nicholas Samadillo to surpass him. Samadillo comes into this race just inside the top 12. You see the 11 hard into the wall. A lot of right side damage to that race car, and the 18 has went around as well. Tough break for those guys there. Then you had Garlington here. We're going to follow it here. It's going to take a while to get to it. But this 23, he's 3 wide on the outside here. Whoa, that was way too much. And Matt Dallio forces the issue 4 wide. And 4 wide here at Chicagoland just does not work. Lofor has nowhere to go. He bumps into the 23 there. William Brock also goes around in the 59. But this 23 takes the hardest hit as he comes back down on Abe Troxel. And you know what's going to happen from here. Also back in there, Matt Tuck went around Marty Johnson and Cameron Gaju. Man. Crazy. I don't get that at all. See Matt Tuck around there. Josh Crash also with damage in the 15. You got chase drivers back in here like Larry Ike. Gratton was back in here as well in the 47. I don't think he had any major damage. You see Skip Nicky and Jordan Newman. A couple of chase drivers back in there. But the guys we really want to focus on here, Cameron Black. Where Stuart Gratton's another guy we want to focus on. Larry Ike as well. Ike needs a good finish here if he wants to advance on to the next round. And there's Samadillo. He's not doing too good either in the number 13. Let's go ahead, replay it in real time, then we'll go ahead and get to the restart here in the Sirius XM 400 at Chicagoland. And not a good day here for Jacob Reed, the Bristol winner. Getting spun around there by the 11. And then let's actually go ahead and see what happened here to Matt Tuck. Gets clipped by Aiden Shepard. Actually, oh my goodness, it's Madden who gets in the Salzman, who gets in the Shepard, who gets in the Matt Tuck. Wow. Minor damage on a few guys there. Like, you got chase driver John Orr. That doesn't do minor there. And I don't think Salzman has minor damage either. Yeah, I can kind of see the damage on that 19. Yeah, John Arndt might be done at the end of this one. Let's see where he is in the points coming into this one. Most of these guys should be good to go. They shouldn't have too much to worry about, like John Arndt. Yeah, John Arndt comes into this race third in the points. Only 10 points off the points lead. And 44? Yeah, 44 points ahead of the cutoff mark. He's good to go. John Arndt has nothing to worry about. And I think Salzman's going to be okay. He should be able to continue in the 19. It's actually Samadillo here that kind of slows the field down as they're trying to slow it down here. And you see they just kind of, you know, bottle up there. And the 98 of Larry Ike goes around there. Yeah, with these chase drivers, I really can't stay on these races because we always have these points and all that. It's just so confusing all the time. I'm trying to figure it out. But of the 4 guys coming into this race outside the top 12, you see Josh Alexander there in the 34. Don't exactly know where he's going to restart. He'll get a pretty decent restart here. He'll get a pretty decent starting position for the restart, and so will Zachary Fitzwater in the 44. Both of those guys come into this race outside the top 12. Stuart Gratton was minorly involved in this one. Nicholas Samedeo really isn't getting a good run in the 13, and Larry Ike was also involved. So we'll try to get it straight for you guys. It's always super confusing. It always is. And I'm sorry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead, get to the restart here at Chicagoland. It's Jesse Turner leading the field. Back here at Chicagoland in the Sirius XM 400. It's the Season 2 champion, Jesse Turner, the All-Star Race winner for this season. Starting first, Nicholas Gratton, who drove that 43 last season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and if I'm not mistaken, no, Turner was in the 27 last season. I think Turner's in the 17 in the Ortho Cup Series. I think that's where he drives. Where he drives the 17, I should say. Highest chase driver in the field, Bryce Lofor. You got Alonzo, Abe Troxel, Aiden Shepard, Matt Dallio, looking pretty good there in the 88, currently running in 7th. You got Griffin Lim, Garrett Tenor, and a guy who needs a great finish, Josh Alexander, rounding the top 10 right now. And Turner's out of here in the 43. He wants to get a win. It has been way too long since this guy has gotten an official points win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And he definitely would like to get it here tonight. So hopefully we can race a few laps here under green before they crash again. But here at Chicagoland, you should never count on it. This place is crazy. You see these guys on the apron here. That's Michael DeFeo down low. And he's going to try to take some positions here. You do not do that. I do not get that at all. That is very dangerous. And if it were me, I would call that guy in. But of course, this is just a video game. I can't control the guys with the penalties and all that. And of course, it's just a game, so Michael DeFeo himself doesn't have anything to do with it. Nicholas Gratton getting to the inside of Jesse Turner, taking the lead away here on lap number 9 of 40. Bryce Lofor in the 41, a chase driver. Of course, if you are a chase driver and you'll win this race, you're automatically on to the next round no matter what, no matter how many points you have. So that's a good thing for, like, Josh Alexander if he wants to make it on. If he gets the win, he has nothing to worry about. Same with Zachary Fitzwater. Both of those guys need great finishes here in this race to advance on. And right now, they're doing pretty good. But winning solidifies that spot. There's John Arnn in the 95, but he's good to go. Tyler Selzman got a lot of damage there in that crash. And he has about the same amount of points as Cameron Black. They are both deep in the field right now, running 39th and 40th. Gratton not doing too good either in the 47. He's deep in the field. It's not looking good for him. It's not looking good for these Aussie guys at all. It might be all 4 of the guys. Because Cameron Black, Tyler Selzman, they're both Australian. You got Zachary Fitzwater coming into this race last in the points. Might not be too good for the Aussie guys in this one because it could be Gratton, Black, Selzman, and Fitzwater all getting involved in this one. Sorry about that. Had my finger there on the keys, and yeah, don't get that at all. Anyways, chase driver Bryce Lofor trying to grab his first career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series leads the field. We got Matt Dallio here in the 88, another chase driver where they're running right now. Those two guys are plenty good enough to go for the next round. Now we got to see here. You got Josh Alexander here, currently running in 10th, and Fitzwater running 11th. Now, Fitzwater could move his way into the top 12. It's possible. He might surpass Black and Selzman the way they're running right now. Just going to have to see here. So Cameron Black is 35 points ahead of this guy, Zachary Fitzwater. And where they're running right now, Cameron Black would still be able to beat the 44 on points, and of course that would go the same for Selzman. However, Josh Alexander would easily beat both of those guys and move his way into the chase. He's beating Gratton and Samedeo now, and Josh Alexander, at the moment, would be in the top 12 in points. Fitzwater, however, I do not believe would be, and I think Samedeo's quite a ways back. He's kind of midway through the pack here, and that's really going to mess things up in my head. 21st right now for Samedeo. Oh, man, I don't think that's enough at the moment. Now, you do have Larry Ike as well. Oh, no, Dalio around! Trucks all around as well! That's Turner! Oh, man! And Arca Break Central has returned. That did not end well at all. Who all got involved in that one? I see Smart, William Brock, Salesman. This is great news for Cameron Black. Look at that. Cameron Black pulling away from this one. He's going to pass all those guys. Nicholas Samadeo, Trey Barto, Elijah Gordon, Matt Dalio. That is not good for Dalio. He only had about 2 more points more than Cameron Black. Abe Troxel, Jesse Turner, the pole sitter, Dan Smith Jr., William Brock, Cameron Garlington, Noah Cars, Cameron Gaju, Caleb Hoffman. Oh my goodness. Seth Cole. Jack Porkins might have gotten a piece of it. Marty Johnson, Tyler Selsman, Michael DeFeo. You talk about a big one. It's a massive one there. Davey Johnson. He's smoking there in the 31. Bonsignor in the 1. I don't know if he was involved. We got a lot to review here. That was massive. Massive, massive. Bryce Lofor is the leader. And this is going to change everything. I guarantee you, the 4 guys, I'm pretty sure, that will be eliminated were involved in that crash. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. How about Garrett Zenor? He's going to greatly benefit from this one. He's going to roll off second off the pit lane, but it's going to be the chase driver Bryce Lofor winning the race off. Nicholas Gratton, you see there. Eric Jalarvin Alonso just recently told me that's impossible to win a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Well, he's running 4th right now. He's got a good shot. Josh Alexander avoided that crash. I think he's good to go. Zachary Fitzwater also avoided that crash. Here he is running 8th. I don't know if Skibnicki's on the lead lap or not. He is. Good stop there for Skibnicki, but Skibnicki should be good to go for the next round anyway. And the thing here, who was involved in this crash? It'll eventually cycle through, but everywhere from Dan Smith Jr. on down, Hoffman might still be out there. No, Hoffman's done. Hoffman is done in the 6th, but he got that win at Darlington back on Wednesday, so he has nothing to worry about. Cody Smart has nothing to worry about either. He was also involved in this one. He is the last guy I see out on the racetrack. My goodness. And you got Marty Johnson here in the 40. Bonsignor still in the pit lane. But other than that, I think everybody else got knocked out. Everybody below the number 20. No, even DeFeo was involved in that one. And so was Davey Johnson. Davey Johnson's out as well. Oh my goodness, this knocked out half the field, literally. It almost, yeah, it pretty much did. It pretty much knocked out half the field. We have 22 cars left. It completely knocked out 20 guys. You talk about a big one. That was the huge one. Good news for guys like Lofor, Alexander, and Fitzwater. Of course, Lofor has nothing to worry about, but great news for Alexander and Fitzwater. Fantastic news for those guys. And Larry Ike, remember this, he was involved in that first crash. He's now running 13th. Great news for the 11. And how about Stuart Gratton? Gratton's up here as well. I don't know if all these guys still running, though, are going to be able to advance on. Let's go ahead, review the crash, and see what happened. We've been talking about this a little too much here. Let's go ahead, see what happened, then we'll get to the restart here at the Chicagoland Speedway. You will not believe what just happened here. This is really odd. Matt Dalio, he just cuts left right into Jesse Turner and Abe Troxel. I mean, that is just, nothing Matt Dalio himself could have done about that, but in a real-life situation, that's just a bonehead move. And there's just no way any of these guys can avoid this one. You see Fitzwater, the last guy to get away from it, and Troxel gets the worst. Trey Barto, Elijah Gordon, I can't tell who that is. I think that's DeFeo. Matt Dalio gets pushed upside down by Sam Medea. You see Dan Smith Jr., Noah Cars. Somebody else is upside down. That's Elijah Gordon. They are logjam on the inside there. But you see Skibnicki, Ryan Madden, Blaine Key, Stuart Gratton. They do get away with this. So does Tristan Allen, Larry Ike. I think Jacob Reed's okay. William Brock upside down, Seth Cole, Cameron Gaji, you see Almenhart there. I'm focusing on Dan Smith Jr. 98 upside down. I see the 7 of Jordan Newman involved in this one. Jake Porkins was also involved. I see Bartow, Turner, Elijah Gordon up in there. There's Marty Johnson somewhere in there. There's Tyler Selzman on the inside, driving away from all this. All the cars left on the racetrack, the worst they can finish right now is 20th. And in Garlington late in the going, ARCA brakes into Caleb Hoffman. I just cannot believe the sheer... I don't know. What's the word? That was just incredible. That is more than a classic case of ARCA brakes. That's... You know, you got, like, ARCA brake pills, you know? You know, normally we have one pill. They took the whole bottle for that one. That was a very bad reference, I'm sorry, but still, you get what I mean when I say that. They just all drove in there and didn't even care about it. Let's go ahead and replay it in real time, and then I think after that we would have had enough of this one. Let's go ahead and see what happened. I'm going to try and see how the spectator angle for this one is, but Dahlia just comes down on Turner, Troxel. You see all those guys that avoided. Fitzwater was really close to getting in this one, but that shows how fast they were coming into that thing. And you just see how just ARCA brakey that was. I think I've used that term before. I just don't even... Words cannot describe that one. I'm sorry. That's just pathetic. Totally pathetic. And this is really going to be interesting for the guys who advance on to the chase. Because we got guys coming in, like, I mean, as a matter of fact, all four of the guys who came into this race outside the top 12 are still in this thing. Josh Alexander's still in it. Zachary Fitzwater's still in it. Stuart Gratton's still in it. Larry Ike's still in it. All four of them, at this point, have a pretty good shot in making it on to the next round. We're just going to have to see as it all plays out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the restart here in the Sirius XM 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. I'm sorry for that big crash, but hey, just happens sometimes. Back here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the last race in the round of 16, the Sirius XM 400. Let's go ahead and see the guys who got knocked down in that one. Christian Messer and Alex Bonsinor are going to rejoin the field. I do not see the 95. Oh, there he is. John Arnn is still out there as well. So, as a matter of fact, we actually have 25 guys on the racetrack, not 20. Sorry about that. Anyways, Nicholas Samadio, it's pretty definite he will not advance on. I think he's done. Matt Dallio in the 88 there. I really don't know about Dallio. Well, we'll just have to see. Dallio did come into this race 26 points ahead of the cutoff mark. It's possible he might not make it. We shouldn't really be determining all of this right now. I really don't know. I just have no idea at all. Bryce Lofor, a chase driver, has been the dominant guy so far in this one. He leads the field in the 41. Nicholas Gratton's been doing a good job as well in the number 17. So Cameron Black and Tyler Selzman, they both avoided this one. They are good to go. I know that much. No matter how bad they finish within the 25 cars that are still running, they're good to go. It's Matt Dallio I'm a little concerned about. Of course, Gratton's getting a pretty good run right now, and that's great news for the 47. It is possible. Of course, I know Nicholas Amadio's not going to make it. Nicholas Amadio's done. But the problem is we got the 4 guys coming into this race outside the top 12 still in this thing. And that's going to really make it super confusing trying to figure it out while we're doing this race. Anyways, Nicholas Gratton going for the lead to the inside of Bryce Lofor. Here comes Garrett Zenor in the 16 trying to get his 7th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. Josh Alexander currently running in 5th place. And that is plenty good enough to make it in. Plenty good enough. If Alexander can beat Gratton, he's good to go. Fitzwater, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure Fitzwater right now would beat Dalio. And that's big there. Grattan would beat Dalio. Now, that's another thing here. Trey Barta was also in that crash. And so was Jordan Newman. They're both out. And they're both pretty deep. You see Jordan Newman there, 39th. That is not good at all for the 7. Jordan Newman came into this race 36 ahead. Now, if Grattan can move his way up far enough, he might be able to surpass him. Same with Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander could beat Jordan Newman in the points exiting this race. And if that were to happen, that could possibly push Newman out. Now, Larry Ike, I think he's just too far back at the moment to advance on. So I think at the moment, Larry Ike's not in. And I think Stuart Grattan's good. I don't know about Fitzwater. I don't think Fitzwater's good to go. I just don't see it right now. Now, if Fitzwater can move his way into the top 3, I think he would be able to surpass enough guys. We're just going to have to see. The guys I'm looking for are Trey Barto. We're going to see where Barto is. He's 34th. Barto's a little higher there. Dalio's 36th, and Newman is 39th. Newman has a pretty big shot in not advancing on at this point. But we're just going to have to see. It's super confusing at this point. It's just impossible. Right now, though, I can guarantee you that Josh Alexander has a very good shot at making it in. Where he's running right now especially, he's pretty good to go in that 34. After having a couple of tough races to open up the chase, he's right now running in 4th place. Now, I think he might have gotten 3rd on that lap, but still, great run for Josh Alexander. Now, I can tell you Fitzwater's doing all he can here in the 44. Now, Fitzwater's, or Skimnicki and Madden, I should say, they're good to go. No worries for them. Grattan is currently running 12th in the 47. 12th place will award you, let's see here, 31 points. And where Matt Dalio is 36th. 36th. That is, it's the 7th position up. 7 points. I don't know if Stuart Grattan can beat Matt Dalio on points. I just don't know. I'm sorry I keep on talking about it. I really want to figure it out. But hey, you know what? That's why I go through the points at the end of the video. I will show you guys who makes it in. So let's just admit it right now. We do not know who's going to make it on. Let's just leave it at that. We do not know who's going to be eliminated. Let's say that. We know who's going to make it on. We know quite a few guys are going to make it in to the next round. But let's just say right now we do not know who's going to be eliminated, and we will not know until I tally up all the points for you at the end of this video. Let's just accept that right now so we can get to this race here. I know that's what I should have been doing. I'm sorry about that. It's chase driver Bryce Lofor leading the field. How about the top 4? None of them have ever won a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race before. All 4 of them winless in this series. And you got the guy who's won 6 times in this series, Garrett Sinor in the 16. But you also have Alonso here. He's never won before. Man, it's so hard to not talk about the chase here. Fitzwater is moving his way up. He just passed Josh Alexander. I just don't know. I have no clue. If Fitzwater wins this race, it's definite he's in. I think that's what Fitzwater's trying to do here. Alexander's falling back in the 34. I don't get what's happening to him there. I just have no clue at all. I just don't know. That crash really messed things up. But let's go ahead. Let's focus on the race. Now, I do believe we're gonna have another set of pit stops before this thing is done. Remember the race here in Season 3. Adam Brown won the race on the pit road. He came in coming to the checkered flag, and he crossed the start-finish line to finish the race on the pit road. It's possible we could have something like that happen here tonight, because we've knocked down enough guys where I don't think we'll end up with another caution. We're just going to have to see. Nicholas Gretton, I can tell you right now, he wants to get that 17 back in victory lane. We'll see what he does here. Trying to get around the 41 of Bryce Lofor. How about these rookies tonight? Of course, Nicholas Gretton's not a rookie, but how about this rookie especially? Bryce Lofor in the 41. trying to grab his first career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but same for the top 4 right now. Fitzwater up to 5th in the 44. And this guy's really going to mess with some guys' plans of making it on to the next round. I'm going to tell you that right now. Where he is running, that would award him 38 points towards the championship. Got to think, though, he came into this race 12 points off the cutoff mark. He'll easily be able to surpass Nicholas Samadillo. Samadillo is unfortunately out in the 13. But the way this 44 is moving through the field, he just got around Griffin Lynn. That is for 4th. The way this 44 is moving through the field, he could easily be the leader here in a few laps. It's 7 to go here at Chicagoland in the Sirius XM 400. Bryce Lofor has been the dominant driver, but we're probably going to have another set of pit stops before this thing ends. Oh, no! Alonso and Fitzwater just got into the wall. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. That's gonna end Fitzwater's chances of making it on. He was running in 4th place. Oh my goodness gracious, I tell you. Well, that's gonna clear some things up. But I really don't know. I still don't know. I'm pretty sure Fitzwater's done. He needed a lot to make it onto the next round. Practically a win. And here's where things get really interesting. Griffin Lynn's coming in with Stuart Gratton and those guys. But we got a lot of guys staying out here. We will definitely have at least a 1-lap dash before this thing is done. So this one's far from over. John Arndt's a lap down in the 95. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Josh Alexander's coming in here in the 34. I don't know if Alexander can make it in at this point. I don't know if he has enough. I really don't. See, Gratton also came in as well. Both Gratton and Alexander are right on each other in the points. I think Gratton might actually be ahead, maybe? No. He's not ahead of Alexander right now. That might be him right there. Yep. There's Gratton there in the 47. Came off 5th off the pit lane. I say he's going to be about 15th. I know he's going to beat Samadillo, but I think the problem is here. Well, okay, Gratton's good. And I think Josh Alexander's good as well. I really do. We know for a fact that one of those guys who came into this race outside the top 12 is going to make it in. And right now, Josh Alexander's beating it. So at the moment, Alexander's in. But if Gratton can surpass the 34, Gratton's going to definitely be in. Or am I right? Because there's Larry Ike in the 98. And Larry Ike's running 9th right now. And Alexander is running... I know I said I wasn't going to focus on the chase anymore, but it's just so hard not to. Josh Alexander's 12th? No, he can't be 12th. Or wait, he can be because I think Alonso's a lap down. Or is he? I have no idea. Wait for this whole thing to cycle out. The 2, yeah, Josh Alexander's 11th. Yeah, right now, I think Alexander is still beating Larry Ike in the points. Yes, he is. So right now, it is that 34 who would surpass Samadillo and get into the top 12. Now, I do not know if one of these guys is going to beat somebody like Dalio, Bartow, or Newman. That's where things get really confusing because those 3 guys were involved in that crash. They're deep in the field. They're not going to get many points for this one. It is possible that Gratton can make it in by surpassing Matt Dalio. Remember what I said earlier, Gratton, he's currently running in 14th place right now. That awards 29. Matt Dalio is going to definitely finish in 36th, and that awards 7. That's not enough to surpass Dalio. But if Gratton can move his way up into the top 10, maybe get an 8th place finish. Now here's an interesting thing here. These guys are coming back in. That's going to knock Larry Ike out of the picture. So now it's definite that the 34 is going to make it in. Oh, these guys are about to run out of fuel. You know that? Look at the 17. He's on the apron. We're going to be restarting the next time by. We have not replayed Fitzwater incident yet. I'm sorry about that, but we're talking about the chase here. Big thing here. And I think Gratton's done. You know that? I don't think Gratton's going to be able to do it. He's on the apron there like he's out of fuel. It's going to be 2 laps to go when we restart. I think Larry Ike's done. I think Larry Ike's out. Zachary Fitzwater's out. Sam Adio's out. That means it's one more position that I don't know. And I think it's going to be between Nicholas Gratton and Nat Dalio. I think, yeah. It's going to be between. I'm sounding like a preschooler. I'm very sorry. Between. Yeah. Wait a minute. I don't even know anymore. I'm saying it right. I'm so messed up. I'm sorry. This chase stuff really messes me up. I'm sorry about that. We're coming to the restart here, guys. I'm sorry about this. We're going to go ahead. I'm sorry by not reviewing the Fitzwater incident there, but we'll go ahead and just get this one rolling here, because we're already here. So it's either going to be Stuart Gratton or Matt Dalio who gets eliminated. It's going to be either Gratton or Dalio. Nicholas Gratton's out. He's not going to win this one. Larry Ike, I don't think he has enough, and neither does Fitzwater. We know Sam Adio's going to be out. It's between Dalio and Gratton. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's focus on the lead. Garrett Sinor trying to steal one here at Chicagoland. He's to the inside of Bryce Lofor. And he's a guy that's lapped down right there. Alex Bonsinor a lap down in this one. Lofor trying to cross over underneath Sinor. Oh, he's going to easily take it there on the inside. But Sinor getting a great run on the outside. Lofor has to come in, and so does Sinor. Griffin Lim takes the white flag. They're crashing. It's going to be Lynn who takes the win here at Chicagoland. Stuart Gratton will finish in second place. Stuart Gratton will finish in second place. Have you ever? Fitzwater's going to finish in fifth. What in the world's going on here? What in the world? I just don't even get it anymore, guys. I just don't even get it anymore. This will go down in history as the craziest Chick-fil-A Cup Series race we've ever had. Gratton will officially finish in second. That is 41 points for the 47. He's in. Gratton's on to the next round. But this guy, Griffin Lynn, steals the victory here at Chicagoland. Fitzwater finishes in fourth place. I didn't even see that one. I didn't even see that one coming at all. I didn't even notice that Fitzwater was still in this thing. I thought Fitzwater was done, but I just don't even know anymore. Oh my goodness, Alonso. I think it was Matt Tuck that also went around. We didn't even replay the Fitzwater-Alonso incident that brought out the caution in the lap before. I tell you, I have never seen anything like this before in my life. I think Josh Alexander came in again. He finished 18th. He's done. He ain't going to make it on with that finish. I don't think Larry Ike's going to make it. We know Sam Adio's not going to make it. It's just dependent on if Fitzwater makes it. I can determine that one right now. He's got 39 points from this one. He's going to get it. I think he's... No. Ow, man, I just don't know. I have no clue. I just have no idea. I just don't know. I tell you, I just don't know. There's your winner. I know that much. Griffin Lynn gets it done. Let's go ahead and review the past two crashes that happened here. So, even though this crash has nothing to do with what the finish is, because Fitzwater finishes fourth in this race anyway. But this is what brought out the third caution. John Arndt was coming back out into the racetrack, and he got into Fitzwater, and Alonso was an innocent victim. That's what happened there. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the last caution that ended the race a lap early. We're just going to go ahead and replay this final lap. Griffin Lynn restarted in 9th. Everybody ahead of him had to come in. I think John Arndt's out of fuel. It's possible he is. But everybody in front of him had to come in. If those leaders had just come in under the caution, they wouldn't have had to come in again. This handed the lead over to Griffin Lind in the 38. Now the crash happens here as these guys try to evade the ones coming in. Fitzwater in the 40. Look at what he did! Look at what he did! Look at what he did there. He split the middle, and he ends up 4th. I think, yeah, Porkins ended up having to come in, so that's why he got 4th there. I just don't get it. That is just phenomenal. This whole race was just flat out phenomenal. I apologize for it, but I apologize. Mainly I'm apologizing for not understanding what's been going on in this race. But after seeing this, you don't blame me. Look at what Fitzwater did there. What a move. And that's actually what caused the crash. Matt Tuck and Skivnicki go around there. I know for sure Larry Ike's too far down. Stuart Gratton is on to the next round. I guarantee it. The question is, did Josh Alexander have enough to advance on? Because it's possible he did here. We know that Griffin Lind won the race in the 38. Little sweet redemption from that loss he had at Road America. At Gratton, I mean, that is something else what he did there. But what about Fitzwater splitting the middle there and getting 4th in this one? Black's on, we know that much. Smart's on, Selsman's on, Lofor's on. Josh Alexander finished 18th. Let me see how many that awards. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I know it's not enough. It's not enough to surpass Dalio. The question is, did Fitzwater get enough to surpass Dalio? Fitzwater has enough to surpass Josh Alexander. I know that much. Now, Josh Alexander had 2020 coming into this thing. Oh, okay. No, sorry. We're focusing on Fitzwater. I'm sorry. I'm messed up. I just don't know. This whole race is just messed up. You should expect me to be like this after what happened. Fitzwater comes into this race with 2,010 points, but he's going to add 39 onto that. He's going to have 2,049, and he will definitely not have enough to surpass Matt Dalio. He will beat Nicholas Samedeo. I know that much. Barto, yeah. Fitzwater tried. I'm going to tell you right now. Fitzwater tried as hard as he possibly could, but he could not do it. He's not going to advance on. As far as I know, the only guy that came into this race outside the top 12 that will advance on is Stuart Gratton, because Gratton's going to easily surpass Samedeo there in the points. And the 4 guys that I do believe are going to be eliminated from championship contention at the end of this one. Hold on. I'm figuring things out here. I keep on forgetting about Larry Ike here. Larry Ike got 11th. Yeah, but Ike's not going to have enough either. He's not. So I'm pretty sure. I think I figured it all out. It is Nicholas Samedeo, Josh Alexander, Larry Ike, and Zachary Fitzwater, who will be eliminated from the round of 16 in this crazy, crazy race here at Chicagoland. But I don't know for sure. So you guys will see the points right now. I'm going to walk you through who made it into the round of 12. Congratulations to Griffin Lind for getting this win. Let's go ahead and see who did it. Well, I was right. Those 4 guys I mentioned, Zachary Fitzwater, Larry Ike, Josh Alexander, and Nicholas Samedeo, will fail to advance on to the round of 12. Fitzwater was close, but he just did not have enough in the 44 to surpass Matt Dalio in the points. Dalio will advance on along with Cody Smart, Jonathan Skivnicki, Caleb Hoffman, John Arndt, Cameron Black, Tyler Selsman, Ryan Madden, Bryce Lofor, Trey Bartos, Stuart Gratton, Jordan Newman, and that's it. As I already said, Matt Dalio there. But Fitzwater, Ike, Alexander, and Samedeo are all going to get knocked out. That's a tough break for those guys there in that one, especially Josh Alexander. He was running up front most of this race, but at the end he had to come in for fuel, and he got mired back in 18th, and that was not enough for the 34 to advance on. Tough break for him there. And yeah, that's about it for me. So congratulations to the guys who advanced on to the round of 12. We're going to open that up at Kansas, as you can probably see there. And you go to Boston and Talladega to end round number 2. But anyways, congratulations to Griffinland once again for getting the win here at Chicagoland. And that is it for me. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'm sorry that I had no clue what the heck was going on in this one. But hey, you know what? I don't think you blame me. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Griffinland and congratulations to the 12 Chase drivers for getting into the round of 12 here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I will see you guys later.